Good morning, everybody. We got a great show for you today here on Speaker Success in the Morning. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, successors? Welcome to another episode of Speaker Success in the Morning. Today is July 22nd, 2025. Y'all already know it's a great day to be alive. Glad to be here with you this morning. Glad to be here rocking. And, we're grateful. We're really grateful and honored, and we don't take it for granted the opportunity to be here with you every single morning, Monday through Friday. So thank y'all for showing up and thank y'all for showing out. So this morning, I want to dive in to straight from the source. And today, for our text, I wanted to just bring to the forefront something that is somewhat of a challenging text, right? And the reason why I say that is because reading this text, it makes you make a decision. And as I've said before, when you see the red word, you know that's the great one, Jesus Christ Himself speaking. So, understanding that this is to where he is speaking and giving a challenge to where a decision needs to be made. All right, so we're going to be in Matthew chapter 6, 19 through 21. And the verse reads, "Do not store up for yourselves treasures on earth, where moth and rust destroy, and where thieves break in and steal. But store up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust destroys, and where thieves do not break in or steal. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also." And the reason why I wanted to break down this text, and let me actually just rewind back a few scriptures, because there's even further reference just above the text in verse 16, where he says, "Now wherever you fast, do not make gloomy and make the faces as hypocrites do, right? For they distort their faces so they will be noticed by people." So basically what Jesus is saying here in the text is, don't do these things to get noticed. Don't do these things to be seen. But ultimately, when you fast, you're fasting so that you can be drawn close to God, and ultimately so that you can be drawn to heaven. Okay. And then down later in the text where it says, "Don't store up your treasures on earth," in the text, Jesus is not so far removed that he doesn't understand that, for one, that we have earthly needs, right? We have bills. We need food. We need shelter. We need those things, those everyday essentials, and those bare necessities. But at the same time, he's saying, don't get lost in focusing on just the things of the world. Take your time and make sure that what you with the intentionality of storing up treasures, it's ultimately in heaven. Now, I feel like I said it online. I may have not. I know I was talking with producer Britt about it. So it might have been here, it might have been at work. I don't know. But the fact of the matter is, when we begin to store up our treasures in heaven, those are the treasures that have longevity, right? Those are the treasures to where it truly will be able to be sustained. And what can that even look like? Well, that can look like you taking the time to pour into somebody, right? You see somebody who's down and out, you take the time, you ask them, "How can I pray for you?" Right? How can I be of a resource for you? How can I serve you? Doing these things, this is when you store up your treasures in heaven. And also when you do these things in secret or in silent, not to say, "Hey, look at me, I'm doing a tremendous give back," or, "Hey, look at me, look at the work that I'm doing, pat me on the back," right? The things that you are doing is not for you to be applauded by man on earth. And the Bible even says, well, in a different verse, I don't know the address right off the top of my head, but it even talks about that if you want to receive your riches on earth, then you're not going to receive them in heaven. So if you're doing things for somebody to say, hey, great job, hey, pat on the back, and you're doing these things specifically for that reason, then that's already the celebration, right? So this isn't something that you'll get in heaven. And y'all, if I can be honest, one of the challenges for me is sometimes I need that affirmation. Or sometimes I want to see, like, are they gonna say thank you? I let that car over. Are they gonna give me the wave? Like, what's going on? But then I have to humble myself and I have to let God, and I'm like, God, man, help me to remove me from the outcome of the situation. Give me the ability and give me the strength to do the deed, but remove me from the outcome of the situation so that ultimately you will be glorified, not me in that moment. And then I'll get that treasure in heaven. So today, be encouraged. Be encouraged and also see where you can find an opportunity to serve. And I like to encourage people to serve, yes, time, treasure, or talent, but at the same time, I like to encourage people to serve in an area where you have a gifting. In an area to where it's easy for you, but it's difficult for others or difficult for most. So being able to lean into that, because you know that's where you can bring the best result. That's where you can bring great success. That's where you can really elevate and update people. So serve well, my friends. Serve well. And remember, if you get your treasures on earth, then you're not going to get them in heaven. All right. Family, that's been straight from the source. I'm Jonathan Jones. We're going to take a quick break and be right back with more Speaker Success in the Morning. Do you want to feel confident in your skin every day? Introducing Skin Rituals, a luxury home-based skin studio that specializes in hyperpigmentation, acne, and personalized treatments for every skin type. Owned by solo esthetician and registered nurse Courtney Durham, Skin Rituals is all about curating facial treatments designed just for you. Hydrate, brighten, nourish, and soothe your skin with expert care and cutting-edge techniques that promote natural healing. Whether you're looking for a relaxing facial or a transformative chemical peel, Skin Rituals offers results-driven treatment tailored to your needs. With over 7 years of experience, Courtney's goal is to help you safely achieve the healthy skin that you deserve. At Skin Rituals, we believe that taking care of your skin is an investment in your confidence. Book your appointment today and leave every session feeling grateful for the choice that you made to take care of yourself. Skin Rituals, because your skin deserves the very best. All right, family. All right. It's July 22nd, 2025. We're currently 18 minutes after the hour. Man. So y'all, which Britt, producer Britt.
What's up?
Good morning. How you
Good
feeling this morning? How you
morning.
feeling?
I'm good. Just a little tardy to the party.
Oh, tardy to the party.
Mm-hmm.
It sound like me in high school. Britt, I used to be tardy in high school all the time. I had a shoebox and I would just put my
Oh,
detention slips in there. Just it got to the
oh,
point that I just
proud.
collected them. Yeah, man, high school, I
Now
lost
you
myself
being,
for a little bit there. I
now you
lost
being
myself for a
proud.
little bit.
Now you being
Yeah.
proud.
I mean, it was a rough time. It was a rough
Mm,
time in life. It
mm.
was rough. There was a couple of times it was rough, man. But
First time I got first time I got detention. Okay, this guy was giving wet willies. I think
in
it
high
was like
school.
no, it was like
Oh,
I
okay.
think
I was
this
about
was
to
like
say.
elementary. Yeah, because
Mm,
I was still in St. Louis, so it was elementary, and
mm,
he was given wet willies, and so the wet willy is in your ear.
uh,
So I went over there and I punched him in the ear.
oh, producer Brit exclusive. Okay.
Sounds about even to me. You put your
Gave him a
nasty wet finger
wow.
in my ear,
Oh
so
my
I'm gonna
God.
go. Okay, I'm gonna punch you in your ear.
So he gave you a wet willy and you gave him a full fist. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Great.
yeah.
Okay.
So,
Wonderful. Wonderful.
mhm.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
And
Okay.
they called my mama, and yeah, I mean, I got in trouble, but stood on business.
What'd your mom say? Wait a minute. You should
I
have
don't
punched him.
remember. No, I
I,
don't
f- I feel
remember.
like your mom would have been on your side. I don't know.
No, my mom does
Really?
not condone violence. I
I
mean,
mean, not condoning violence, but
Brittany, he didn't have to
kind of
punch
pushed
the
for it.
boy in the ear. Maybe something else, but
You should
I don't
punch him in
know.
the face, not in the
Right,
ear. Should you punch him just straight in the face,
right.
man? Britt, last night I was watching Malcolm and Eddie, man. I put on
I tell
put on
you
a
all
couple.
these good shows, and then you go back and you watch that,
Ma'am, ma'am. First of
sir.
all, you know why I was watching Malcolm and Eddie? Malcolm Jamal Warner.
I know, but
Okay.
we got other
I,
shows to watch.
nah, that's
Stuff that
fine.
we need
But
to talk about.
I
I know,
forgot
that's
about
so
Malcolm and Eddie.
sad. That's so sad.
54, man.
And he was in
54
Costa
years of age.
Rica.
And I think he was swimming in the pool.
Wow.
I heard I mean I read swimming, and then my sources told me that he was swimming in the pool. And I was like, yeah,
Oh,
sources is
wow.
crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, man. So, man,
That's
R.I.P.
like me,
man,
my
to
mom
Michael
and I were
Jamal Warner.
talking about it, and it's just like one of those like unexpected, So, and mentioned that she had just watched an interview of him talking about his family and things like that. So sad. Rest in peace.
So impactful for the culture, though. He's don't call me Theo, but
Mm-hmm.
so impactful for the culture. Stood on business, man. And he was one of them people though that because he had a podcast. It's called Not Podcast, Not Another Hood, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, man, just a wealth of information. Dope dude from what the
Mm-hmm.
eye could see.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Father, husband. But
Yeah.
yeah, so R.I.P. to Michael Jamal Warner.
Yeah. R.I.P.
But I was watching. My dad sent me a clip the other day. He sent me a clip of Dave Ramsey just yelling at people, and you know how Dave be talking to people, and he was like, one thing that we have to understand is that rich people don't spend their what do you say? They don't spend their earnings or their revenue. They don't spend their revenue on Honda. They don't spend their revenue on Toyota. They don't spend their revenue on bags. And he was just getting to the point to where of course, you got you
Mm-hmm.
pay off that debt.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, Britt, I was doing some research. I went back in the archives and I was looking at so I had an interview with this young lady named Kiara McClendon, and
Mm-hmm.
she talked about. Are you familiar with the 50-30-20 plan?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you familiar with that? Is that how you budget?
Yeah, that's not new.
That it don't have to be new, Britt. I'm just saying if you're
I
familiar
said
with it.
yes. Keep going. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, so the 50-30-20 plan, 50%, 50% of course is allocated towards those needs, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, this is essential expenses, what like the things you can't live without, right? Of
Right.
course, paying your rent, utility,
Mm-hmm.
electric, groceries, all that good stuff.
Yep.
So, um, you know, got to keep the lights on, Britt. Got to keep the lights on, make sure
Mm-hmm.
the water work.
Right.
30% is for what are your wants, like
Mm-hmm.
non-essential expenses, things that improve the quality of life, but
Mm-hmm.
aren't necessary for survival. Streaming services, hello,
Right.
movies,
Mm-hmm.
concerts, dining out, hobbies, travel, different things like that. And then that 20% for savings and debt repayment. Britt,
Yeah.
you putting 20 to the side for saving? You put 20 to the side?
I try. I do my best.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Stand on business. Stand on business. So yeah, and then that 20%. This is for your financial goals, including building an emergency fund, saving
Yeah.
for retirement, 401k,
Mm-hmm.
IRA, all
Mm-hmm.
these things that
Mm-hmm.
we may or may not have heard before. But yeah, I was just thinking about that when I was listening to Dave the other day,
Well,
and
I
I was
hope
like,
they know about that. If they're listening to this show, I would say our
I mean,
demographic is very seasoned. So I would hope that all those people know what 401k and all that stuff is.
yeah, for 401k, IRA, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
trust, yeah,
Yeah, they
all that
should
different
know.
stuff. But yeah, I was just listening to that little clip from Dave, and I was just thinking like, man, um, how do we get better at money? Is it just the discipline? Do you, what are your thoughts on that? Is
I
it
think you just have to
discipline or
understand. I think, they always say you have to understand money. You have to understand it. You have to know how it works, and you have to learn how money works. So,
money is a tool? Money
yeah.
is a tool. Gotta give every dollar. You gotta give every a dollar a name. Every dollar a home.
Yeah, so mhm.
Okay, but yeah, that was just on my heart, man. Just just seeing that clip and thinking about that, and
But at the
also I
end of the
saw.
clip, you never said what rich people spend their revenue on.
Oh well, no. At the end of the day, I mean, he said rich people use their money to make more money, right? But and
Right.
then paying off that debt. Yeah. They focus on paying the debt, and they focus on attacking those things like college tuition and stuff like that. But He was like
Mm-hmm.
that they don't ultimately use like the main money or main source of money that's generated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're taking the majority of that and turning around back investing it and doubling down
Oh yeah,
to
for
make
sure.
more money.
Mm.
Yeah. And I was like, well, how can I make more money with what I got? And because brother got a little credit card debt, got a little
You gotta
credit
take that
card debt.
risk, man. Gotta take that risk.
Mm, okay,
Mm-hmm.
okay. Speak on it then. Speak on that risk talk then.
Oh
Mm,
no.
I know what.
I'm not one to speak on money.
Well, nah, you're not
Yeah,
speaking
I'm
on
not your
money. I
I'm
just
not your I'm just saying take a risk with your money. Most people don't do that. Especially
20
black
on black.
people.
20 on
Especially
black.
black
Let's
people.
go.
Yeah, they'll take a risk on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll take a
Oh,
risk on that. Yeah, for sure.
oh
Yeah.
man. But
They'll do
yeah,
that before
yeah,
they buy
yeah,
some
yeah.
stock. That's for sure. But
I'm
yeah.
with you on that.
So
I'm with you.
so yeah, take a risk. Take a risk. Take a risk on yourself. Take a risk. The white man take a risk, and next thing you know, hey, they built the education system.
Dang. Mm.
It's crazy.
Britt, hey, hold on,
Yeah,
wait.
it's
Let's no wait.
crazy.
Let's stay here for a second. What in 2025? What does it look like for you to take a risk on yourself?
Doing something like this. Doing a podcast, doing two podcasts,
Girl got two podcasts. That's crazy.
being in front being in front of the camera. Just putting my life out there. I don't necessarily talk about myself a lot, because I'm a private person. So, yeah,
Mm,
that would be a risk for me
I
because
get you.
I don't normally do that. I mean, like, yeah, I show my social life because whatever, that doesn't really matter. But like my personal life, my private life, or just share my thoughts about what's going on with myself, no, I don't normally do that. That's not a thing for me.
That's wild though, because you're so, like, because I know you off screen, off camera, off the show, everything like that,
Hmm.
and you seem like such a like straightforward, just like open person in terms of like this is how I feel, so I'm gonna say what I feel, and I'm just gonna share
Hmm.
that thought, even though
Hmm.
something I told you, just because everything you feel you don't gotta say all the time,
Hmm.
but. It's like but still knowing that and then seeing you now like come into this like
Hmm.
this is taking a risk that's just interesting to me. I don't know, that's just
I would say
interesting.
like, yeah, I'm an open person. Like I don't mind talking. I can be outgoing. Hey, you come up and talk to me. We can have a whole conversation. But
Mm.
yeah, you probably won't know anything about me. Like I'm not necessarily
Dang.
giving you a full background. It's gonna be very surface level. Like nothing crazy because I don't know, I don't
Mm.
like people in my business. It's not your business. So
I get it.
yeah. Yeah.
I
And
get it. I
then,
get it.
we live in the world of social media. You put your work, you put your life on social media, then who knows what could happen, or I don't know.
I
I don't know.
mean,
I'm
yeah,
still
yeah.
struggling with that now because there's certain things that I want to do, but it's like, I gotta put the camera up. People have to see my kitchen. I mean, like this is my living room, but you can't see my whole living room. But it's just certain things like I'm not willing to share because
Mm.
you
That's
know
good.
it's like the whole. I wouldn't say like the whole Beyonce effect, but it's definitely like
Oh,
Beyonce
yes,
or
a Brittany. Okay.
no, no, no. But it's like beyond who else is like that? Just like artists that keep their life private. And I would say obviously I like Beyonce, so
Yeah,
she's one of those people that do that very well. Like she keeps
for
her
sure.
whole entire private life private as much as she can. And and she says she does it on purpose because you want something for yourself. And so that's how it is.
I mean, I'm with it. I'm with it. Family in the chat, y'all. So currently we're 30 minutes after the hour. Family in the chat, man. Let us know, like when it comes to this social media world and all that. Like, are you one of them people that put everything out there? Or are you one of them people that like, nah, this stuff is for me, or this stuff is for the family. We not sharing that. Like, y'all,
But then
drop something in the
again,
comments.
you go on TikTok and everybody's like, post your content, post your content, post your content. And
Mm,
then they post their content and then, hey, they up. Because once you
man,
get a
say,
million or something views or 10,000 views or 10,000 likes or whatever the requirements are to start getting paid on Instagram, I mean, on TikTok, then you don't care about showing your private life. But
Mm.
then it's a turn on that, because then when something happens in their lives and then they don't want to share it, then all the comments and all the people that are supporting them, they go, well, you started showing your private life. So that
Oh.
is the contradiction with that, because I'm like, that's why I don't do it.
Mhm.
Because I mean, it could be the Britney show up in this mug, but I would, but the back end of that is, if something drastic happens in my life, God forbid, but then everybody want to know about it. But it's like, it's
That's
not for
true.
you,
That's
it's not for you to know. So,
but I
you just
mean,
gotta pick and
but
choose. You gotta pick and choose. So
yeah, I
that's
mean,
why
but
that's
even
why
with
you be
that,
like, Brittany, record everything, record everything. I record like to record stuff at work, because
okay.
work is fine. I do this every single day. Whatever I do when I come home, y'all don't need to know what I'm doing. It's none of your
That's
business.
fair. Well,
Yeah.
not, but but for me, that like the thing is, yeah, I do say record. I'm gonna go backwards to respond
Hmm.
to you, but yeah, I do say record everything. I don't say post everything though. Hello, just because you record everything, don't mean everybody
I
gotta,
mean, what's the point of recording it?
you have it. You have it to where you can choose to leverage it if you want. And one day you're like, I don't feel like recording nothing today. Then you got like a library to be able to
Hmm.
pull from stuff and post stuff. But then the other part is, like you said, it could be the Britney show, hilarious. But your audience is never entitled to whatever you don't want to share,
Right.
right? Even though, yeah, they can put pressure on you, yeah, they can say what they want to say, they can unfollow, unsubscribe, all that good stuff, but they're never entitled to, you sharing what you want to share, or forcing you to. Because I mean, for me, do I share everything?
No.
I wouldn't say I share everything, but I share a lot. But in terms of like with me and my family, like, yeah, you'll see some stuff about like what are me and my sons doing, or you might see
Hmm.
me and Gabby, might see me post a picture of me and Gabby. But typically I'm not gonna post like videos of Gabby, because she might not want to be out there saying, whatever in some of our conversations that we're
Hmm.
having inside the
Hmm.
house. But for somebody who, and this isn't at you, this is just in general, but for somebody who is saying, I want to be a content creator,
Hmm.
and they may be in the spot to where like, but I don't know which way I go, or I don't know what's the best way to start. For
Hmm.
them, I think recording everything can be a good starting point, because you don't know what's going to hit, for one. But then the other part is, you also don't know what type of content you like creating. So,
I mean, I know what I like to create. I just don't have time to do it.
oh well, put
Yeah.
what's
I
that
mean,
thing
I've said it
called?
before. Like I said, like we were talking offline. Like, if I just had somebody to come in here and record me, we'll be good to go. I can
Gotcha.
edit
Not
myself, but
you ain't going, but that's the thing. You say you can edit, you can, and
no,
just
I'm
because you can
saying
doesn't mean you
because
should.
I'm
But
saying the
that, but
editing software that we use, like I could just chop
oh
that up. That's
oh,
easy.
you talking about? Oh, I thought you talking about going in like really manually editing. But I was
No,
about to say,
I wouldn't need to. I wouldn't need to. But
I'm
if
about to
I
say that would be
did,
too
it would
much.
just be. I mean, I wouldn't even
Clips, dips,
just
flips.
raw. Even if I didn't, it'd just be raw. Just post it, because I would know I'm being recorded. Like I would know what I'm doing.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. And be aware of
Yeah.
what you're saying and putting out. But
Yeah,
yeah,
so
man. I mean,
I wouldn't even think twice. All I would say is, hey, if somebody could come record me, it'd be
that'd
lit
be
up in
up
here.
though. Nah, if getting some, because last night I was last night I was just making like a
Mhm.
graph, just
Mhm.
getting ready for the presentation we're about to do with the
Mhm.
with the students, and I was just like, okay, I'm put one cameraman here, I'm put one cameraman here. We're gonna have a straight shot, just mapping it, just like mapping it out and just thinking through it. Because I was watching Den of Kings with Kirk Franklin, the new show he got,
Mm.
and just thinking through that, I was like, okay, I don't know why I brought that up, but ultimately, just being able to visualize
Mhm.
where I want to go and
Mhm.
how I see things going in the future.
Mhm.
It just made me want to map that out. I don't know why I brought that up. I guess it was just on my
Me either.
mind.
Me
But
either.
I guess I brought it up because as I was watching that Kirk Franklin show, and I was thinking about you the other day because I was like, Brittany, I was talking about watching the shows, and I was like, I think Brittany enjoys watching the shows that she enjoys watching because she unplugs from the world of media. And then when I watch the shows that I watch, I double down because I'm like, this is something that's dope. What have I thought about that could create something like this or create this type of
See,
level
and I
experience?
think me as being like all around producer, how you always say, going to media school. When I watch media stuff, I be like, okay, next. Whereas you're right, when I do watch because I love a good crime show, I love a good mob show. I like anything to do with action, the war, anything like that. I
Really? The war?
like
Really?
um like Black Ops
Like let's
or
say
like The
glory.
Lioness or
Oh,
like
Black
something
Ops.
like that. Like
Okay, Black
mission
Hawk Down.
base. Yeah. So
Okay.
I love shows like that. Um because I'm not in that world, where Marche has a criminology degree. So
Mm,
she loves shows like that. And she can kind of watch anything, but she definitely loves like crime shows for sure because that's her background. But she also, enjoys um a good sitcom as well. But I guess my point of
mm,
saying is like what you said is that, yeah, I like to unplug from media, and my shows are definitely the way for me to unplug because when I sit down, I don't want to think about anything media related.
of
I don't
course.
want to think about anything show related. I just want to go into my show and watch my shows. I wish
I
that
get it.
sometimes they put all the episodes out at one time, but the shows I'm watching now, they're all week by week basis,
Oh, good,
which is
good,
so
good.
horrible.
Oh, well, I mean, I mean, I have my feeling there
It's
because, of course,
horrible
I mean,
because you just want to watch the whole thing, but yeah.
yeah, but I mean, I guess they feel confident enough in the product where they're like, you're gonna come back next week versus you're gonna forget about us next week. But Britt, when I tell you
Mm,
this Den of King show with Kirk Franklin, like
let me
I
look
like the
at it.
level
I
of
don't even know what it is. I'm looking it up.
yeah, so it's basically like where he brings in guys and they have roundtable talks. They're
Oh,
having
Jada
dinner.
Pickett.
Yeah, not no red table talk. Even though that show has been that they're still putting out episodes, it's very quiet, which is so interesting to me. Like I don't see clips about it or nothing. But
Well, I mean, she
uh
blew up her whole life. But go ahead.
oh god. But yeah, so just seeing them come in and having the opportunity because I typically like a good interview. So when you see a Tyler Perry sit down and be an interview like
Mhm.
by Kiki, which was an amazing interview, or seeing Jeezy get interviewed by some people, whatever. But now you got three of these guys in the
How
room.
do you?
Mhm.
Oh,
Sorry.
but now you got three of these guys in the room, and Kirk is facilitating the conversation. And Kirk, and he just popped it off. Hey y'all, at 23, I did not own my masters. Like I didn't own none of my publishing or none of my music. And it was like, what? And then they just flowed into the conversation. They talked about music, talked about mental health, talked
Mhm.
about what Tyler Perry's been able to do with, just ultimately impact and his
Mhm.
influence.
Mhm.
And I didn't know he's the one that called Ryan Coogler and told him about told him like to put in place that like the agreement that he put in place. He said,
Oh, I
"Yeah,
mean, it would make sense.
it
Tyler
makes
Perry
a
on
lot. It
all his
makes a
stuff.
lot of sense." And Tyler Perry said he's called many of guys or many of producers or executives, but then some of them was like, he trying to just get me to do some Medea or something, and then just brushed him off. But he said Ryan took heed and Ryan listened, and hey,
Psh, I would listen to
Ryan is
Tyler
up.
Perry too.
Man, what? If Tyler Perry called me talking about anything, what you trying to talk about, Tyler? Hold on for a
I'm
second. Can I
listening
record
to
this?
him.
Can I
Yes, I'm
record it?
gonna
Are
look.
you cool, Tyler? Cool, cool. Let me record it. Let me get this.
I'll
But
never
yeah, just
forget when we were at the radio station. We got to interview him. I got to pick up the phone, and I was like, "Hello, Mr. Perry." He's like, "Hi, Brittany." I was like,
hello, hello,
I was
Brittany.
like, "Yeah," but yeah. But
But
yeah. I
yeah,
feel you on that.
yeah, man. So I mean, like watching those type of shows. 'Cause, I'm anything like documentary, of
Mhm.
course, sports history, and hearing those
Mhm.
stories. So
Mhm.
got to hear some of Jeezy's story, and he talking about all the work that he put in for him to be able to evolve from where he was. And that boy
Mm.
Jeezy said he sent out like 30 books a month. He said, I'm sending out 30 books a month. He said, not my books. I'm sending out
Mm.
30 books a month to where somebody told me about a book or it was impactful for me.
So I don't get it. What do you mean sending them out? Sending them out to who?
Okay, so like let's say there was a book that's impactful for you. For instance, one of those books for me is The Magic of Thinking Big, outside of the
Right.
Bible. But The Magic of Thinking Big, if I'm talking with somebody and they're entrepreneurial or they're just trying to figure out like how can I better structure my life to where I
Mhm.
can think in a different way, I not only would I refer the book to them, I'll send them a copy. I've given out
Oh,
multiple of those
I see what you're
books.
saying. Okay, just
Yeah,
sending them a copy
yeah.
of the book.
Cause
Okay.
he knows it'd be beneficial for him, and he knows that he got some game from it. But
Mm.
yeah, getting to see Jeezy in that light, super dope. Tyler Perry, he was just Tyler Perry doing his thing. And then
Mhm.
there was also what's the guy's name? What's the guy's name from Big Dave's Cheesesteaks? His Pinky's husband, Derek Hayes.
There, yeah.
Derek,
Mhm.
and on the show, Britt, I was
Uh-huh.
like, Derek, you just talking too much right now, bro. You just talk
Oh,
like it,
really?
it 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 was one of them things to where like, and no
Mm.
disrespect to him, but it was one of those things to where he was clearly the youngest in the room, right? Clearly the youngest in the
Okay.
room. And
Mhm.
he was just, I was like, bro, what are you saying right now? Because
Oh, he
when
got that
some
diarrhea at the mouth.
like
Mm.
if you ever been in a meeting and people are talking, but they're talking
Uh-huh.
about themselves. They're saying, okay, I did this or I
Yeah,
did
I've
this.
been in a
And
lot of those meetings. Yeah.
they're taking ownership, but then there's somebody that backdoors. There's somebody that backdoors, and then they begin to generalize. Like, bro, we not speaking in generalities. We speaking in truths right now.
Mhm.
Speak your truth. Speak
Right.
about you,
Right.
and then just make it brief, bro, because you're in a room with wisdom.
Mm.
Ask more questions than you talk right
Yeah,
now.
that's
Okay,
true.
ask more questions than you talk. But anyway, I ain't gonna beat up brother. But he just, yeah. I was like, you about to lose a follower on Instagram, bro. About to lose a follower. I
Not
told Gabby. I
Instagram.
said, yeah, I'm about to unfollow him. And she was like, yeah, you clearly can tell he's the youngest in the room. I said, yeah, he's showing it. He's
I have to
showing
do
it.
my research on Instagram, on social medias. I haven't done like a clear like deep dive into social medias lately, and I say that because I am so over Instagram. I'm so over it. I'm so over it.
Oh, you talking about you gotta do some research to find like a new, like find the next new.
No, like do some research to find out like is Instagram still um
Mm,
not credible, but is it still relevant, like
oh
like based
man.
off, because I think it's YouTube. Well, I think Facebook is still number one, right? i think facebook
Man,
I think
Fa-
Facebook and
Facebook ain't going
TikTok.
nowhere. YouTube ain't going nowhere. But also TikTok. TikTok definitely, because TikTok has its own
It's
audience,
its
which is
own world.
wild.
I love
Like,
it.
because you got people who are
Shifting gears,
older.
guys. Sorry. But yeah. Yeah, I
You
love it. I absolutely love TikTok. Like, there's no way for me to stay off that app. It's crazy.
I can appreciate it more, Britt. I can appreciate
I'm
it more because as I
telling
was going
you.
on,
And then
as
like
a,
and then the
no,
creator program, and I'm still trying to learn that. There's so many avenues that you can do, and it's a really good platform. I would say China did that big one on that one for
I need to
sure.
I need to sit to the side and I need to watch, like, I need to watch a masterclass on how to utilize the whole TikTok. Right? Not just getting on,
It'll take you
just
so long.
posting. I
Mhm.
need But like, because every time I get on, it's like I see this, I see this, I see, and I know it was so structured in the way they rolled it out to give you all these benefits to keep your attention and
Mhm.
everything. But the way TikTok be ticking and talking,
Mhm.
say they got Brit. I'm posting because yesterday I was, day before yesterday I was in the garden with my son,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I saw your
with
post.
yeah,
Mhm.
with
Mhm.
Gabe, and I was like, well, let me just throw it up on TikTok. Let me see. And then one guy was like, man, ain't nothing like some fresh tomatoes out the garden. I said, what else you grow? I said, give me your best growth hack. And then my man just started grr, grr, grr,
Because
started
TikTok,
chiming
it
in.
literally builds a community. Like honestly, like
Hmm.
everyone on Instagram is just like, "Oh, you're gardening? Oh, that's so cute." Or
You can do it.
yeah, like, "Oh, congratulations." Whereas someone on TikTok, you don't even know where they are. You don't know these
No
people.
idea.
And I think that's the beauty of it. Like, you just don't know who they are. And then some people they comment. And, I was in a TikTok thread, a conversation with this girl because she was selling wigs, and I was like, well, that wig like it only lasts one day, and then she was like, well, not to be funny, I was like, oh, that looks like a one dayer. And then she was
That's
like,
such thing. Mm.
yeah, it is. And then I was like, and then she came back and she was like, well, I use this product at the beauty supply that helps me out, this, that, and the third. And then I was like, oh, post the product that you use. And then
Mm.
we were in a conversation like for 2 whole days. And
Right.
it could have went ugly, it could have went, it could have went left, could have went right, but it went right. And because I've been in other TikTok conversations TikTok comment conversations, and you know, I be having beef with people. So,
Oh
you know,
wow. Because you were trying
yeah.
to go viral on them comments,
I do
firing
be
people
going
up.
viral, not trying. I do.
Oh my
Okay.
goodness.
Your
Oh
your
my
your
goodness.
comments don't my likes be up there. I think I have
You
one comment.
wow. I
I
got
think
some.
I
I
have
got
one
some.
I got no, you don't
I
not
got
comment
some.
as much as me.
I got some. I don't because I
Some of my
post more than
comments will
you.
have like 5,000 likes.
Some of my comments have like 10,000 likes.
Comments?
Yeah.
I don't believe it.
Exactly.
You
That's
don't
what viral
even
look
do.
like. That's what
I
viral look
don't
like. You go
believe
viral,
that.
man.
I
So
ain't never heard you say one of your comments went viral. I ain't never heard
Cause
that.
I'm used to it now. I'm used to it.
No,
Y'all,
you're not.
if you're
No,
not
you're
following
not.
if you're
You
not
just
following the Speaker
said
Says
so.
Media page on TikTok, y'all make sure you tap in. Follow Speaker Says Media on TikTok. Of course, we upload clips of the show and different things like that. But man, also you might catch somebody in the garden. You understand me? Posted that yesterday. So yeah, y'all tap in on TikTok. We were doubling down on TikTok, man.
But yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna see
hmm
clips of producer Britt on TikTok with her new show, the
Yeah, I'm
Touche
about to upload the
podcast.
second episode, and then we're recording the third episode in August. So I'm
It's
super
up.
excited about that. It's up.
It's so we got one sister with a criminology degree that's on
hmm
the show, and then you
hmm
got another sister that went to media school that's on the show.
I went to
Man,
college, not just
what do
media
you
school.
get? What do you get when you mix media college school and criminology? You get CSI. This is crazy. Okay, this is crazy.
That is funny. You get two cousins. We're
You get two cousins talking
cousins.
about some of everything, man. But
It'd
I
be
mean,
so crazy. What?
no. I was about to say, but I think that's dope because if you really ask people how often do they talk to their cousins, it probably be 60-40 split.
Day
Majority of
one,
people probably
baby.
not talking to their cousins as often. So y'all having these
Day
conversations.
one.
Yeah, I like the content. I like the
That's my
content.
road
I'm
dog
excited for
right
episode
there.
2 to roll out.
Yeah. Yeah, that's my
Excited for
dog
episode 2
right
to roll
there.
out. Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah, I think man, I forgot what I was about to say. But oh, so I only have, I think I expressed this a while ago, but it's me. Well, I would say it's Marche, my
Okay.
sister, my sister Marche. I mean, no particular order here. And then you have Brandy, and then you have Nikaya
Oh, these
and
are
Priscilla. And those are my five, and two of them are family. So really, like three friends outside of my family.
the other three you went for, the other three were college or Priscilla
Other
was
Priscilla was
college.
like I've known her since I was 16. That's my
Oh dang.
dog. And then
Wow.
Nakaya and Brandy, college.
Okay.
And hey, they're just my dog. That's it. And so like when I hang out, and Nakaya and Brandy, they're not here in Texas, and my sister's not here in Texas either. And so like when I hang out with people, or when I'm like, all right, I'm about to, hang out with my friends, if I'm, telling someone I'm about to hang out with my friends, it's always the same two people. Like it'll never be anything different. It's always the same. It's always the
You don't
same.
think so? You wait. So you don't think you can make no new friends?
I
Not.
don't think I've made new friends in a while. That's a whole nother conversation,
That is a
honestly,
whole nother
because
conversation. Oh.
I've went through cycles of friends.
Mm.
I used to have to come home. People used to bully me,
Damn.
and yeah, people used to bully me because my skin color. You're not black. You're not black enough, and
Oh, that's
I
sad.
know it's so sad, so
Yeah,
horrible.
that's a whole
But
thing. Yeah.
look at me now. And so
Right.
and so like I've been through cycles of friends. Like it was at one point in time, like I used to have to go home to my mom, and she would make me like sit there and be like, Brittany, how was your day? And like normally I would just say like, oh, I'm fine, mama. But she literally had to like pull it out of me and make sure that I was like okay at school, because girls are nasty and rude. And so, yeah, I went through cycles and cycles of friends. And then, your mom always saying, well, my mom would be like, she's not your friend. That's not your friend. That's not your friend. And it's crazy how your mom knows because
Calling them out, calling them out. You like, but nah, they just
no,
wanna go
that's
to the
my
store. We just wanna hang
dog. That's
out.
my friend.
Nah, that's
No,
not. They're
that's
not
not
gonna
your
be around next
friend. They're
year.
not gonna be around long. And then next thing you know,
Wow,
they're not. And who I
not
got?
around.
I got Priscilla. I got Priscilla.
Mama, you just don't like her.
Right.
But
16 years. Not
later you realize,
yeah, it was
yeah, Mama's
16
trying to tell
years
you
later.
she was a little busybody all around.
Right. 16 years
Anyway,
later, got the same friend.
uh,
Started working
man,
together. Still working together, I guess. I mean, she working, I'm working. But we doing our thing. Yeah.
that's cool though, man.
Yeah,
That's
that's my
cool.
dog. That's my dog. My dog. But yeah, with the whole Two Shade podcast, it is definitely two cousins having fun. It's hilarious. We're first cousins. So I mean, we literally grew up together. We have a baby picture of me, my sister, and myself. It's hilarious. And Marche was sick in the picture. And it's like, well, why is she in the picture? She's sick. It's so funny. And then yeah, it's just that's my road dog right there. I was so happy when she moved down here. I was so happy. So she's been down
That's
here in
what's up.
Texas, I think, for maybe 2-3 years now, maybe a little bit
Mm.
more, maybe no, maybe 2-3 years, and never a dull moment. It's like you always have. My sister's not here, so it's like you always got that person. You're like, girl, what you doing? Nothing. You want to go somewhere? Yup. She called me, girl, what you doing? Nothing. Like it's so great.
So
It's so
yeah,
awesome.
okay, so yeah, so y'all so close. Do you think y'all still would be this close if y'all live together? Or it's just nah, we good where we at. We don't need to live together. We already
Now
hang
my
out.
mama always trying to get us to live together,
Yeah,
and I'm
don't do
like,
that.
nah, we're not gonna
Don't
do
do that.
that. Nah,
Mama,
and not
no.
like not like an apartment. It would be a house, so there's space. But nah, I think sometimes we
Why
do.
don't mess up a good thing.
Yeah,
Just cuz
yeah. Nah,
mm,
stay the night. You know, kick
uh,
it.
for sure.
But
Yeah, cuz I mean cuz
Shay
I've
Shay
heard
need her space, and I need mine. But go ahead.
I've heard if you ever want to ruin a friendship, live together.
Mhm.
If you ever want to ruin a friendship,
I believe
because you
that.
start to see stuff about people that you didn't know, and nor did you pay
Mhm.
attention to, because they just they come over, they
I
pull up before
mean, I
y'all
would
go
say
out,
and I would
whatever,
say it's
whatever.
different with Marche and I because I mean we're cousins. We grew
Well,
up
yeah,
together.
y'all
We're in the
family
same family,
for sure.
but and like yeah, our our home. Not I want to say like what we do at home without each other is it's different. But it's not to
Okay.
say that we couldn't live together because
I
I mean
don't
we
doubt it.
both like to cook. I mean we both like to do our thing and whoop de whoop de whoop. But nah, Shay. I'm 32. Shay not 30 yet, and so she,
Oh, okay, okay. Well, uh,
everybody doing their
uh,
thing,
all
doing
right.
their
Well,
thing.
let me come off the ropes with this one. So I was watching the Den of Kings. Tyler Perry came out of left field. Boy, talking about I fired my aunt. All them like, oh, what? Would you ever would you ever fire family? Producer Britt, would you ever fire
I would
family?
probably. My family gives me great advice, and so I would just keep them there.
Keep them there. Continue to keep them on the payroll.
No, I would keep them there as far as giving me advice
Oh.
on what to do. Yeah, on what to
Oh, I
do.
get you. I get you. Yeah. That makes sense. Cause yeah, that
Yeah.
boy Tyler Perry was like, yeah, I had to fire one of my aunts. And then he came and he was like, oh, and then he was like, yeah, because when my mom was here before she passed on, he
Mhm.
said she, I was putting family on, kind of as out of respect for her. But he said when she passed on, he said I gave them a letter. I'm not sure if he said he gave them 60 days or 30 days to get gainfully employed. But he said, yeah, I'm not gonna be sitting there just paying for y'all just to, just soak up all this bread.
Mm.
Yeah. Tyler
I mean,
Tyler
that makes
different.
sense. I mean, that makes
It
sense.
makes a lot of sense, but Tyler's still different. Yeah, but I mean, but also with him where he is, so many people pulling on this man for
Mhm.
everything. So I mean, you got to respect it.
living out a car, now you're a billionaire. I mean, and that's a excuse me, and that takes a lot of that's a different mindset right there. You have to
To
be a beast and an animal at the same time.
to fire a family
Nothing.
or what? Or to do to his story?
His story, fire
Um,
family, be selfish, put yourself first always, knowing that your end goal, your end goal and you know what it takes to get there, and you're not letting nobody stop you. He
mm,
don't care about the numbers in the movie theater. He see the black people coming to support him. Then, next thing you know, the white people calling him. So it's like he had a vision, he had an end goal, and he knew what it took to get there. And
man.
I would say, I wouldn't say I don't have a Tyler Perry mindset, but I'm definitely a go getter because I know
Mm,
my end goal. I know what I want to be, and I know where I want to be. And if I have to be selfish, you can call me selfish all day
oh, I'm
because,
taking my ball and going home. Okay.
yeah, I gotta go. I gotta go. I can't do, it sucks that I can't do everything that, I would like to do, with my family because they go on vacations and I can't go because I got work. But I mean, that's
Mm.
different. That's just because, PTO just, it's not the best. It's not the best at work. And so, yeah, but other than that, like I'm a workhorse, honestly. Like I think about my job and my career the most more than like anything because I want to feel accomplished within myself and I'm gonna do whatever I got to do to get there. And
Where's
I'm slowly but surely getting there and this is part of it, but this actually came earlier than I thought it would or maybe it's right on time, God's timing, but yeah.
where's the but where's the balance for you though? Because yeah, like focusing in, wanting to do this,
Balance for what?
just drive like the balance between you pursuing what you want, but
Mhm.
then also you taking into account like your own like I guess your own mental around it though.
There is
Like
no
big
balance. There is no balance. I mean, sometimes it's all work. Sometimes it's all Brittany. Sometimes it's all all fun. But there is no balance. For me there is no balance cuz I'm work 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 work. Hey, I call you back, I'm at work. I don't pick up the phone, I'm at work. I'm doing something, I'm working. I'm doing this, I'm working. And it's like,
mm,
you know, yeah, reading my book, it's not always good to be busy, but it's good. Well, it's not always good to say that you're busy.
oh yeah,
That
yeah,
that's
yeah,
why it's
yeah,
not
yeah.
always good
That's
to
true.
say that you're busy. Like I can't
That's
do
true.
this because I'm busy. I can't do this because I'm busy. But I'm actually doing stuff. Or like I actually need a minute to myself. Like I take that time and I don't pick up the phone. I don't. But as far as like balance, I mean, I'm just redoing my schedule. Like when I get off the show, I'm about to go do my 2 miles. And then it took me forever to find that in my schedule. Whereas,
Mhm.
we've been doing this for a while, but it took me forever to figure out where my workout was coming in from. And then from there, um, now I'm figuring out it's I was just talking about this. See, every time at the end of the show. I was just talking about this because I was just talking about this because I was like, I'm slowly adding things into my new routine to just have this full-fledged like bionic Brittany all over again.
Mm,
And it
the
feels
machine.
so it feels so good, Jonathan. It feels so good because
Does
it's
it?
like now my work life is I got that on a clean slate. I got that balance, I guess you can say. And then like it's just like I'm adding layers, so I wouldn't say there's necessarily a balance. I'm just adding to it to making sure I can fill in the gaps to where this is my workout. When I come home I do this, and when I do that I do this, and da 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 da. So I just make sure that whatever I want to do, I make time for it.
Mm.
And Yeah, I know I went around in a whole bunch of circles, but I hope it makes sense. But
No, you hit. I feel like you hit it, and I feel like in terms of balance, I think I was thinking one thing, but how
mm,
you explained it, I heard it differently, right? Because you
mm,
said I don't know about balance, but you also said when you need to take a break and take a minute, then you do that. I think
mhm,
that's what your balance is, right? So it's like a
mhm.
checkpoint. It's like I'm moving, I'm moving, I'm moving. Let me catch my breath. Okay, cool. Let me get back to it.
Yeah, cause
So
I'm always on go, and just how you be, Brittany, when you have time, I be like, just call me, just I don't care, just call me, set it up, whatever. If it's something that has to do with pushing my career forward, or just pushing myself forward, or pushing our team forward, you and I, is like, just call me, tell me, whatever. I don't care.
no, what's the word? No hordes bound. No, never
I
mind.
don't know. Look that
I
one up.
can't.
Say it tomorrow.
Yeah, I
I
can't
don't
remember.
know.
All right, man. We're about to
All
get out of
right,
here,
man. All right,
man.
about to get out of here. See
Speak your
y'all
success
tomorrow
in the
for
morning.
Wellness Wednesday. Have a good day, y'all.
All right, family. So at the end of the day, look, you don't got to have balance, but you got to understand that you have to have a standard. What's the standard for your life, right? How are you operating? What are you striving for? And how are you striving for it, right? Like Britt said, take a break here, catch my breath, then I get back to it. Or maybe you're somebody who needed to be like a little bit more structured. Like, hey, on Fridays, fun Friday, I just watch TV and I chill because I work all throughout the week. Whatever you decide, it's right. There's no right or wrong when it comes to you deciding how you want to live your life. So, family, live your life. And at the end of the day, y'all, make sure you stay tapped in. Speak Your Success in the morning. And you can find us on YouTube. Just type in Speak Your Success Media. You can subscribe to the channel. And also, just so you know, we're on Spotify and Apple, all those streaming providers. So tap in, man. Tap in on Spotify. You can, listen to the show over there or even watch it. We got audio and video on that side. But family, until tomorrow for Wellness Wednesday, remember, remember, remember. All right. Speak your success, believe in your greatness, and continue to create the life and business of your dreams. And why should you? Why would you live any other